You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey GH fans, Belinda from Soap Dirt here, and we've got an exciting comings and goings update. There is a new hottie in town, and yes, he did meet Josslyn Jacks at the wedding, but no, I do not think that's who he's meant to be with. And we have a beloved legacy character returning, plus a whole pile of in and out cameos for the wedding this week, and a beloved actor is gone, and his scene partner had something to say about it. We're going to talk about all of this, but first, please click subscribe if you've not. Real quick, I just want to start with this. Spencer Cassadine is not going to be back unless it's a recast. I'm sure long term we will get a recast, but for now, Nicholas Chavez did confirm his exit. He said he appreciated the opportunity he got at GH and said, "I wouldn't be as busy as I am professionally if it weren't for the talented producers, writers, directors, and fellow actors." So he also said that he wanted to take some time to thank and honor the GH fan base, especially the Sprina fans, and closed saying, "I love you all very, very much." Interestingly, Nicholas Chavez still follows a lot of his co-stars on Instagram, but is not following Tabyana Ali. But I can't say if that's because he unfollowed her or maybe he just never was following her. I mean, you can still look at people's posts without following them. So I can't say he unfollowed her. I don't know if he already was. I just know he's not following her last time I checked. So Tabyana Ali, who plays Trina, told Soap Digest about Nicholas Chavez that it was great creating Sprina together with him. She said she wants the best for him. The word she used was kind of funny. Basically, she said, "I wish him all the..." She didn't say this exactly. She used the word endeavor. She didn't say, "I wish him all the best in his future endeavors," but basically, she did say she wishes him well in his endeavors, which that sounds kind of impersonal, right? But she did say she hopes to work with him again someday. And like Nick Chavez, she said, "I also want to show my gratitude to Sprina Nation." So yeah, I know these two items are not hot off the presses news, but I wanted to just give you this update in case you missed it, because both of these statements tie directly to the very hot off the presses news about Trina and her romantic future that I want to share with you. So this week on General Hospital, if you're watching the wedding, you'll see we've got the Cerullo contingency pouring in from Bensonhurst, Brooklyn to see BLQ marry Chase. One of them is the wedding violinist, played by an actor / musician named Giovanni Maza. He is so freaking handsome, really freaking talented. That violin number on today's episode was beautiful, but it was very tame. That young man rocks a violin like Jimi Hendrix rocked a guitar. Check our official Soap Dirt Twitter, scroll down, and I put a video of him playing a Lakers halftime show. He was playing Michael Jackson on the violin, and it was crazy. So Giovanni introduced himself not as a Cerullo, but as Giovanni Palmieri. I hope I'm saying that right. But he is BLQ's cousin, despite not being a Cerullo, obviously, through marriage. Somehow his name is something different. So a big deal was made in the spoilers about Josslyn meeting him. And a bunch of tabloids just jumped on the fan fiction bandwagon about Joss and Gio's hot wedding hookup. It infuriates Dex, blah, blah, blah. Let's just get this straight. If you're watching the show, you already know this. Josslyn Jacks remains head over heels in love with Dex Heller. They are warming up to each other again now that he's off the mob payroll and a PCPD cadet on that payroll. They've been friendly. They've been kind of flirty. Very clearly far from over, very clearly seem to be on the road to a reunion. So this Gio guy, isn't meant for her. No, there's no way they're going to give Joss a love triangle when Trina is sitting there alone. And I have seen for quite a while some leaks about a new guy being cast to romance Trina. And I feel pretty confident it's Giovanni for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, Giovanni is sticking around. When the rest of the wedding extras head back to Bensonhurst, Gio stays. There's a pic I have from behind the scenes of him with the actors that play Dex and Blaze Chavez at a recent GH event backstage. So bear in mind, he filmed the wedding scenes back in April, and he's still working at GH now in May. That means Gio is going to have scenes airing at least through mid-June, but I think longer. I think he is sticking around. I do feel like he is the new love interest intended for Trina Robinson, and that young man is serious eye candy on top of all the musical talent. So yeah, I do not expect to see Joss and Trina fighting over him. Instead, I expect something like Joss introducing her best friend Trina to the new hunk in town to help her get over her grief about Spencer. And I can totally see Gio and Trina doing double dates with Joss and Dex. It's very cute. So also this week, we saw Ellen Travolta back as Gloria Cerullo, George Russo making his debut as Carmine Cerullo, BLQ's grandparents, Lois's parents. There was another cousin around, some other extras. All of these people are going to be in and out of town, possibly staying into next week if the reception carries over onto Monday's episode, which I suspect it probably will. But otherwise, the Cerullo entourage is back to Brooklyn, New York soon. However, it seems for whatever reason, Gio will stay. He does seem to know Sonny Corinthos. On the last episode, he asked Joss about Sonny, and then there's a recent pic from upcoming scenes with Sonny after the wedding being very friendly with Gio. So congrats to the new kid on the block. Looks like Giovanni Maza is sticking around. He's going to be part of the usual younger summer storyline scene where they do the teens and the young 20s, because a bunch of the vets head off for their annual summer vacation, like Jeannie Francis and Finola Hughes, among others. We also have the fan-damn-tastic news that John J. York is back on set filming new scenes as Mac Scorpio. If you don't recall, John York was diagnosed with 2 types of blood cancer, and he started chemo last year, and then he got a bone marrow transplant around Thanksgiving. He had to do 100 days of daily doctor check-ins while staying away from germs, basically isolated while his immune system recovered and rebuilt with the new bone marrow. And it did. And he's looking great. And he's back to work as he hoped to be when he had to leave last year and shared the news of his diagnosis. He had a ton of GH fans praying for him, wishing him the best. And this new photo of him is pretty fun. That beautiful silver hair of his is growing back in very nicely, as you can see. You know, usually it's that curly Scorpio mop of hair, and it's very, very short right now, but thick, lustrous, gorgeous. He's bouncing back great. And in this photo, Mac is with his secret son, Cody Bell, and his wife, Felicia, aka actors Josh Kelly and Christina Wagner. So it's high time that Mac finds out he's a daddy. If you don't remember, Felicia suspected Mac was Cody's dad and decided to run a secret DNA test, but Sasha intervened and replaced Cody's hair with her own, so the test came back negative. So now Sasha, Dante, and of course Cody know. I thought Dante told Sam, but I can't remember if he did or not. Drop in the comments if you remember. I know they tabled the storyline when John J. York left to do his cancer treatment and recovery, and I'm assuming they're going to pick it right back up when he's back. We are just wrapping May sweeps, but we have sweeps again in July. I certainly hope the truth is out before then, but we'll see. They may save it till then. So we're going to have scenes with him in about 3 or 4 weeks. And as soon as I have the first return air date of John J. York as Mac Scorpio, I will share it. And watch for lots more Gio and see how long until he and Trina cross paths, possibly orchestrated by Josslyn. And that is our GH comings and goings update. Drop your comments. Subscribe if you haven't. Definitely come back soon. We are here talking General Hospital 7 days a week. And as always, I'm your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.